All right, so today we're gonna do a sit down video, which I never do sit down videos because in my brain I'm like, no one's gonna watch me sit down and talk about my life. But I know that a lot of you will do that and I love you so much. I just feel like I don't want to put this in a vlog because it's a more serious conversation and we'll get to vlogging eventually, but I don't know. I just feel like I want to do a sit down video to catch you guys up. And because I feel like YouTube is really the only platform that I can sit here and talk to you guys and connect with you guys. And you guys seem to actually care, and it makes me feel really good. And it also makes me feel like I have a bunch of friends that I could talk to. And so basically I just want to do a sit down video is what I'm trying to say. I don't even know where to begin. Also, I should say that I just kind of woke up and washed my face and I have my makeup here. So I thought I'll try and get ready as I talk. I don't know how far we're gonna get into this, but I'm just gonna get ready and chat with you guys. So this is probably gonna be a really long video. You might wanna grab a snack. I guess I should begin with saying that I'm literally embarrassed that I have to make this video because I am so inconsistent with social media these days. It's like frustrating and embarrassing because I'm like, why is this so hard for me? But I mean, I know why it's so hard for me. I honestly haven't really shared this like publicly, and I know you guys, obviously if you've been here for a while, you know that I have struggled with mental health issues literally my whole entire life, but mainly being like my eating disorder. And to be honest, it's not really something that I struggle with anymore at all. Of course, like I have bad body image days and stuff like that, but on a daily basis, I don't even remember like Jen from 2016 or 17 or 18. Like that's so weird, and I don't even like looking back at pictures or videos. It just feels weird, but I still do struggle. And lately, and I'm saying lately as in like probably the last year, I have been struggling with, and I'm saying this as a quote from my doctor because I will explain this too, but I had to literally go get help and do something. I have been struggling with severe anxiety and depression, and for anybody who struggles with those things, oh my God, sorry. It just sucks because I thought I was ready to make this video and now I feel like I'm not. It just sucks because it's so frustrating when you struggle with your mental health because you know you have this potential and you have all these ideas in your mind. You're like, I want to do this and I want to do this, but then your brain takes over and it just doesn't allow you to do things. Like you just doubt yourself and you are so anxious and overthinking about things and you feel lonely and you feel sad, and then you're like, but I have so much love in my life and I have all these good things, but it doesn't even matter. That's why I'm like so inconsistent. Oh God, I'm so sorry. But that's why I'm so inconsistent with, YouTube and stuff, because I just most days convince myself that nobody cares and that I'm like, why am I doing this? And I would just rather like curl up in a ball and hide, even though I know I can't do that. So I force myself to do things. And I know this is like a lot to put on you guys right now, but I just wanted to have like a really open and honest conversation about like seriously how I'm feeling, because I think especially with social media, we tend to only want to really post the good stuff, and like I understand why. Who wants to post themselves fucking crying? That's embarrassing and it's just not fun. But I also think it's so important because there's a behind the scenes of every single person's life that probably nobody knows of, including mine and including yours. Do you know what I mean? So for me, just the inconsistency of being online is just my brain stopping me, my brain making me feel like nobody cares, my brain making me doubt myself, putting things off, procrastinating, feeling tired 24/7, not wanting to get ready, not showering, not wanting to do my makeup, feeling ugly. Like these are all things that go through my head that probably make no sense. But if you struggle with anxiety or depression, like you probably understand what I'm talking about, right? And so yeah, it's just been really challenging for me over the past year because I'm naturally like a really happy person, and like watching myself not be that person anymore has been really hard and really sad, because I will like look back and be like, oh my God, I used to be really happy. I don't know, like I feel like I was happy. Maybe I wasn't even happy back then, but just lately there's just been this cloud. That's the only like way I can explain it, is just feels like there's a cloud. Even in moments where I am happy, there's this cloud, this heaviness over me that I'm like, I just can't shake it. A few months ago, it got to a point where I was literally like, I'm just gonna put like a trigger warning for anyone who like doesn't want to hear this kind of stuff, because it's important to, if you're not in the mental capacity and space to hear about this kind of stuff, like I don't want to hurt you or trigger you. So this is your warning. But over the past, like, I think it was, I don't know how many months ago, but I was just in like the lowest point of my life, like lowest, like scary. And it's one of those things where I like stopped talking so in depth about my mental health online because people made me feel stupid for feeling this way. And that's, I mean, it's social media. If you put yourself on social media, you're gonna get these comments. But I got to the point where I was like, why am I sharing so much online if it's just hurting me? So I just stopped, and I just started just posting pictures and not being as personable. And I hated it. I honestly hated it. And that's why I love YouTube, because I feel I can truly be myself here. But it got to a point where like people were just constantly like, how could you be struggling? Look at your life. Look at what you look like. And it's the most frustrating thing, because I do get that side of things. You look at someone, you're like, that person can't struggle. But when you're, I guess, on the other side of things, it's like, at the end of the day, it's in your head. And it doesn't matter what your outer shell looks like. It doesn't matter, you know, how good of a life you have or how much love you have. Like, when your brain is sick, it doesn't matter about any of that kind of stuff. And that's what makes it so scary, is that you don't know who's struggling, because it's literally this invisible thing. You know, if you break your leg, I can see that you broke your leg, and I'm like, oh, I feel bad for you. Like, that sucks. But you don't know when you're just like looking at someone on social media, or you see someone in the grocery store, you have no idea what's going on in their life. Their brain could be broken and you have no idea. So I guess just to avoid all those comments, I just kind of stopped. And then that sucked, because I feel like I really did use talking about how I was feeling as an outlet to get it out. And so I was bottling like all these feelings inside, and it just got to this point where I felt so low. Like, I was waking up every day and just like convincing myself, like, you just have to get through the day. That's like all I could see. That's as far as I could see. Was I was like, you just need to make it through today. You might not want to be alive, like, but you just need to do it. Like, you just need to do it. You have too much in your life that, you know, that you love. Sorry. It's just a really shitty place to be when, like, you have to convince yourself that your life is worth living when you genuinely like feel like it's not. I didn't want to be honest about how I was feeling, because again, I didn't want to deal with the comments about like, oh, suck it up, you have a great life. So I felt like I was literally living two different lives. In, you know, the social media life, I was this happy, confident person, and then in real life I was like just falling apart. And, you know, the only people that really saw that real Jen were like Connor and my dad. Those are like the only people that really saw that, and who literally pulled me aside and was like, you need to get help. This is not you. You are not being yourself. Like, you are sick. And I'm so happy that like I had people in my life, because not everybody does. And I know that for a fact. I'm so lucky that I have people in my life who care about me like that. And so I booked a doctor's appointment, and I literally was like, I need to do this, because it's something that I've been putting off for so long, just thinking like, it's not that bad. And I think that a lot of people do that. You just think like, oh my God, so many people have it worse. It's not that bad. I can get through this. And I can tell you right now, don't do that. Don't do that, because it just will get to a point where you're like, not the point of no return, but you will be so low that you would wish you had gotten help. Okay, sorry, I had to like take a breather, but so yeah, I went and I got help, and I talked to my doctor, who then diagnosed me with severe anxiety and depression. And, you know, part of me, like, it was really rough, but part of me was like happy that I not like had like a label to put on it, but I felt like, okay, I'm not crazy. I'm not just like feeling this way for no reason. And I feel like that was the point that really changed everything, to be honest with you. And I feel like if you're at a point too where you feel hopeless and you feel lonely, because I know how that feels, and it doesn't matter like feeling lonely is a feeling that only you can feel. It doesn't matter if you have tons of people, a huge family, maybe you have kids, maybe you have pets. Like I have all those things and I still felt so alone. I can tell you, like, just getting help literally changed and is changing my entire life, because I don't feel like I need to like bottle these emotions. Like it's normal and I feel relieved. And I lost my train of thought. Oh my God. I don't know. I'm such an independent person and I always feel like I can do things on my own, but I just couldn't. I just had to do something about it because I was so tired of like being tired of living. And that's the only way I can describe it, is just like, it gets to a point where it's scary. Like your thoughts are scary. And here's the thing, okay? I knew I was never going to act on any of the things I was thinking in my head, but the fact that they were there and they were intrusive and they were, you know, they were just constantly there is what was so exhausting, because you have to battle with those thoughts in your head every single day. And even though, like I said, I was never going to actually go through with any of them, having thoughts in your head that are like scary and telling you that, you know, it would be easier if this was just done and over with, like that's not something that I would wish on anybody. So what I was saying was, I finally spoke with my doctor and I ended up getting on medication, which I am literally not embarrassed about, because that is just something that for me, I went a really long time not wanting to ever go on it, because I was like, well, it's gonna change who I am. I don't know. I don't trust that. I was willing to do whatever because I knew what the worst option was gonna be, and I didn't want to not be here anymore. Like, even though in my brain I knew that was like, oh, things would be easier if I was just gone. Like, to be honest, like that's how I was feeling. I just was willing to try anything because I knew that inside of me, like there was a happy Jen, and there was, you know, a Jen that, like, I've been through so much. And I don't say that in a cocky way. I just think back to even my eating disorder days where there was points in my life back then where I was like, this is going to be my whole life. I'm never going to be able to like bake cookies with my kids because I won't be able to measure the ingredients. Like, it was that bad. And now I'm on the other side of that going like, I don't struggle with that anymore. So that kind of helped me realize that there was probably an ending to how I was going to be feeling. Like, I wasn't going to feel like this forever if I just did something to help myself. I did that, and I've been on medication. And is it like a magical cure? No, I still struggle. Like, I have terrible days. I have days where I'm like, what the fuck? But at the end of the day, I'm helping myself, and I can see that I am getting better. I can rationalize with myself. I don't have as many bad days. But I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I also was trying to get ready. Oh my God. I feel so stupid right now. I guess that's kind of like what I want to talk to you guys about, is just the fact that this has been going on behind the scenes for probably a year. And I think that it's just important to just tell you guys, because it explains where I've been. Like I said, I will take, you know, 3 weeks off at a time. I'll upload a video and then boom, I'm gone for 3 weeks. And you guys are probably like, Jen, where are you? But I'm doing behind the scenes work. And that's something, again, that I've had to do, is to put myself first. We always have so much on the plate. It doesn't matter if you're struggling with your mental health. Like, life does not slow down. Your bills are coming in, your family needs stuff, you have a job, you have shit to do. And just because you're having a bad day or a bad week or a bad month, like, life doesn't care about that. And I have been doing social media, well, when, like 2014 probably. It grew really quickly, probably the last like 2 years, where my mental health was at its worst. And that wasn't making things better, because I felt like I had to, I don't even know how to explain this, because it's such a weird thing to be in. Like, not everyone can relate, obviously. There's this pressure to keep up this image, the likes, the following. That shit fucks with your head. And I'm saying this like, I don't even know how to explain it. It fucks with your head. And that is why I had to disable my Instagram account. I don't know if you guys knew that I did that, but I have a new Instagram account that has a much smaller following, and I'm so much happier there because I don't feel this pressure. It was just too much for me, and that is a little embarrassing for me, because I feel like I I feel like weak, like, bitch, you can't even keep up with this. Like, that's nothing. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's normal to have so many people's opinions and like critiquing your every move. I don't know. It's something that for me was a lot to handle, that I was like really unhappy doing, where I was like, you don't need to be doing this. Like, I need to put my mental health first. And that's something, again, I worked with a therapist with, where we weighed the pros and cons, and I was like, you know what? I just need to take a break from that account. And to be honest, it just made me feel a lot better. You know, it doesn't matter if you have 1 million followers if you literally want to die every day of your life. Like, that is no way to live. And I was living that life, and I was like, this is not worth it. Real life is more important than social media. It is way more important to actually be happy than to be trying to make it seem like you're happy online, if that makes sense. Let me actually tell you guys about this. This is like, I guess social media, like the backside of social media, is I also found during this break, I also found like I missed out, and I'm sure tons of people do this as well, and I've talked to other creators online who also admit to this, but you miss out on a lot of memories because you're so concentrated in capturing them. And that's also why I did take a break from YouTube, is because I just wanted a chance to like be present in my own life, to literally go out to dinner with Connor and not be like, oh, hang on, babe, I need to like take pictures of this, and okay, we need to do a vlog. Okay, no, wait, let's do another take of this. Like, you were missing moments with people that you love because you're so focused on capturing and, you know, like producing this. I don't know, does that make sense to you guys? Like, you just get caught up in, I guess, showing your life to social media, that you get to a point where you're like, oh my God, I'm not even enjoying, or yeah, enjoying your life or making these memories, because you're just like, I need to capture these. So yeah, I feel like this whole year I've just been really like, I don't know, being more present in my actual life. And if that means being less active on here, like, so what? That doesn't matter. I want to be happy. And I think that that goes for all of you guys too. If there's things in your life that you don't like doing, you're not happy doing, like, you really need to just like sit down with yourself and be like, okay, like, what can I do to make sure that I am happy? Because at the end of the day, we only have one life. We're living this. Like, you are with yourself and your thoughts 24/7, and it is not any fun to be with thoughts that aren't fun. Like, as like confusing maybe as this is, because it kind of just, I've been keeping this inside for so long, just afraid to kind of, again, put it out on social media. But I think that it is important to put out there, because it just shows that there's always more than what you see online. There's always a backstory to every single person, and there's always things that we are struggling with and that we are dealing with. And you know, it's just, I feel like it's important to talk about my mental health, and I always have felt like it is. And even though my struggles now are different than what they used to be, I don't know, I just hope that talking about them maybe makes you also feel less alone, because I know how it feels to be alone in your thoughts, and it is not fun at all. I just have been struggling really hard with my mental health, and it's one of those things that kind of comes and goes in waves. Like, I will have a really good day, and then, you know, I'll wake up the next day and I'll just be like sad. Or, you know, there were so many times when I was struggling with my mental health where I would go on a drive to like get out of my house, and I would just cry at the steering wheel, and I was just like, what is going on with me? Like, I honestly remember thinking, like, if I looked at myself online and then you took like a camera and was like, here's reality, I was like, this is a lie. I'm lying. And I didn't do it intentionally, but I was just like, I need to share this, because whether it helps you, like I said, or maybe like, I don't know, it just makes you feel like maybe if you're living a double life like that, which I don't think is wrong, because you're not required to ever share what you're going through. But I just want you guys to know that you can talk to people, you can share, you can get help. Because yeah, going through it alone is like not fun at all. And I'm not saying that I ever went through it alone, but you know, it's also scary because you can have that support and still feel so alone and still feel so sad. And again, that's why I say that like mental illness is so serious, because it's this invisible thing. Like, I don't know how else to explain that. So yeah, I'm sure this video was all over the place, but it feels good to like get this out and tell you guys what's been going on, like truly what's been going on. And I know I say this in every video, but I am excited to vlog. I get so in my head, like I said, that I prevent myself from vlogging, but it is nice knowing that regardless if it's a short video or a long video, or if I'm not doing anything exciting, because that's the thing too, like right now I'm not doing anything too exciting. Like my everyday life is very boring, honestly. It's just me working 24/7 and hanging out with Connor and like maybe going out to Starbucks, but I just got to get past that like mental barrier, that mental block in my head to be like, it doesn't matter, you know what I mean? Vlog if I want to vlog. I don't know, I'm just trying to take care of myself, and you know, life is just, I don't know. And like, I'm not making this video being like, hey guys, I cured myself and I'm so happy and I'm so positive all the time. Like, I'm not. I'm literally not. I struggle so much, and as much as I try and be positive and happy, because I truly am a happy person, I think, like some of the times, like the happy people in your life are also the saddest. It's like, I feel like sometimes you are extra happy because you want to cover up the sadness, and it's okay just to be sad sometimes and to admit that you are sad. It's not weak. Honestly, actually really fucking strong to be able to like wake up every single day when you don't want to, or to be fighting thoughts in your head 24/7, which is absolutely exhausting. That shit makes you strong. You heard it here first. It does. It really does. So yeah, hopefully the next video that I have up for you guys is a more lighter video, a vlog probably. But I also think that this was important, and not every vlog has to be, you know, a vlog, I guess. I have to remind myself of that because you know me and I just get super in my head about things. But I hope that this maybe helped you or cleared things up, or I don't know. Now you know where I'm at. I'm just trying to get my life together because honestly, I'm a mess. I don't have my life together. It may look like it. It may seem like it. But I'm just trying to figure my shit out, to be honest with you guys, as I'm sure all of you are. So anyways, I love you so much. Thank you for sticking around and hanging out with me and being there for me. I know that I have so many ups and downs. Like, it's insane. If you guys are exhausted by it, imagine how I feel, but I appreciate you guys so much. I'm gonna go get ready. I'm in my pajamas, my fuzzy little pajamas. And then yeah, the next video hopefully will be a vlog. Connor will be here. We'll go back to our normal routine, but I feel very relieved getting this off my chest and just being open about it, because it's honestly nothing to be embarrassed about. And I think that I will probably be surprised by how many of you guys understand what I'm talking about. Because in this moment, I feel a little bit anxious that I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna think that you're fucking insane, but whatever. It's life, it's reality, and okay, I'm gonna go now. I love you guys so much. I'll see you. Oh my God, it's windy out. In the next video, whenever that is. Bye.